Alright guys, so I'm going to do another shave with the haircut and shave. This is the titanium positive blade, 0.076 blade gap. So you guys, today I'm going to do my first pass against the grain, and this is, I think, with 3 days beard growth. The last shave that I got was very nice using this razor. I will say that I did do a third pass on the last shave video, and I think it was just a little too much because I did get a little bit of razor burn for a small amount of time. Luckily though, the results of how this razor cuts, it was still a very nice shave. The razor burn maybe lasted like an hour. The skin just kind of feels a little hot or a little tight. Now, dependent on how the face feels after this first pass, we'll see what I do for my second pass, but I think I would like to try to not to overdo it right now so that I can get at least another shave on video for you guys tomorrow. So I can kind of do the back-to-back shave. Real quick. This razor's been really nice, like I said, with very little experience using a titanium made razor. I think this is a very nice feeling razor. The way that it shaves has been very easy to kind of acclimate to. Again, some of the comments that I made in the beginning, just relating to, I'm not sure if there's like a specific angle that the razor is best with, but it seems pretty good as far as not really requiring a really specific way to hold the razor in order to get it to cut. So I think what I'll do is that cut quite a bit. I guess I'll just do a with the grain pass. This is really the main spot. I could just go against the grain on that part again, but there's really not too much going against or across the grain, which normally that's a pretty good second pass for me. So You know what? Why don't I do this? I'm going to use the closed comb side, and I'll just kind of get the neck and then this area where most people have kind of a need to do a touch-up or a second pass, third pass. That took off a lot, so I'm glad I did that. Then it's been a while since I've done a first pass against the grain. That used to be kind of my thing for a long time with quite a few razors, so that felt really good. Okay, so second pass, just dry this off. Now we'll do the closed comb side. So just see if we can just kind of pick up this last little bit on the neck. Still trying to keep the handle a little bit down. Tried a little spot where I rode the cap a little bit more. Didn't really feel as smooth. Someone was asking me if I had a preference, which one would I choose, the open comb or the closed comb for one razor. That first pass against the grain using the closed comb, or I'm sorry, the open comb felt really good. But the way things have been for me, I think closed comb seems to work well enough that maybe that extra little bit of blade exposure that normally I would have wanted, I think, a couple of years ago, seems to be fine with the closed comb for me. As normal, these are kind of spots where I can really push it. I think I'll hold off. That way I have just... Here's the idea tomorrow, you guys, even if there's not like enough visible growth, I'll try to do my best to make sure it's auditory. If, you know, I'm shaving, you guys can at least hear whatever I'm cutting off. But, yeah, it feels close shave. I think on my last shave I was just getting a little bit of redness, maybe on video that was visible. I don't know that I see or feel anything. So again, in regards to the pricing, I think it is going to be one of the more expensive ones that Aji is making. And I don't know, I think it's a very well-made razor. Maybe I heard someone else kind of make some similar comments on the handles being functional, but maybe just kind of wanting a little bit of a different look or contour. Again, for me, I'm just not sure why the knurling can't have a little bit more grip. So I apologize if I brought that up, but it really seems to be one of the main things that I don't think it's as good with. I will say I'm happy with the fact that the design covers the blade tabs. A couple of my razors that I tend to like the most, they don't have the blade tabs covered, They have them exposed, and it's not that it really ever gives me issues. I think I just prefer to have the blade tabs covered. So I like that about the razor. With the open comb side, I will say on the against the grain pass, it wasn't enough to stop me. And I don't know if you would call it the blade chatter, but just you hear a lot more. You just kind of feel a little bit more of the blade. I don't know. It's just, it maybe doesn't feel as rigid. This to me though, it didn't feel to the point where I want it to stop. So, you know, compared to the closed comb, maybe it feels smoother just because it's still efficient, but it doesn't have, I don't know. I apologize if I am not explaining that well, but there's been quite a few razors just this year that I've been doing and enjoying the width, the across the grain passes, but sometimes the against the grain. The efficiency is still very high for, you know, most razors on the market, but at least for my beard and my skin, it maybe just isn't as rigid as it needs to be. I think I'd be fine doing against the grain passes with either the closed or the open comb side. The blade gap, I think, seems high enough. So, you know, for some of these razor companies to have, you know, quite a few different blade gaps available, I think this is a very nice offering, or I think a very good design. And the polishing, I guess I can show you guys real quick in case there's someone that's watching this video that isn't on the pass around or is just kind of interested in seeing this on video. I'll show you guys the underside of the cap real quick before I hop off. Let me just dry it off. But this, maybe it'll come across on video. So I think in the second or the last video I had mentioned kind of like a smoky look to the metal, and I think it was because I saw someone else's comment. This is going to look the smoothest, but I might still have some soap scum. But the polishing on the underside is it's probably the best I've ever seen. So again, I'm never going to really be saying that to people to try and make it an indicator as you should buy this or it's worth the money. For me, as long as the geometry, you know, allows my face to feel smooth after the shave, that's really what I want to, you know, give most merit to. But I do know that, you know, when you're buying a razor like this that's milled, to be able to have it smooth and polished up really well, it's kind of nice. So, in my opinion, I'll show it real quick. Here's the top of the cap. It's very reflective, very well shined. Like I said, in my opinion, it's probably the best I've held in hand when it comes to polishing. So, yeah, so you guys, the only other thing I'm going to hop off right now is if maybe there's the possibility to get the insignia. This is the bottom side of the cap to, you know, say haircut and shave, P076, titanium. I think that stuff would be cool to have on here. I don't know if I would really know, so if they sent this to me and by chance it was made of stainless steel and they didn't say, maybe I wouldn't know if it was titanium. I mean, I guess if you held both the two, it's probably going to have a little bit less weight with the titanium than the stainless. I just don't know to the point how much I would be able to know. And in my opinion, when I see this design, it uses very little material. I mean, I could be wrong, but it just doesn't seem like it's a very bulky design. And again, when I got this, I think the weight and the balance were very, 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 very well intentioned, and I think it was well executed. So again, I'll try and get one more shave in for you guys tomorrow on video. All week, I forget if this is my third or my fourth, probably my third shave. It's very, very efficient. The way that it leaves the skin, I don't think it's too harsh. So very high regards with it. But anyway, let me know if you guys have any questions to try and cover before I ship this out. But hope you guys are all doing good, and I'll catch you guys soon for another shave.